this kind of balance between conserving the status quo and instituting change, and all societies kind of go through that balance. And conservatives, in general, on average, want to conserve social institutions for stability purposes, and liberals want to change them so that more people have more rights and have more access to the benefits of a civil society, and so forth. And things like democracy, the rule of law, free trade and capitalism, the civilizing process of good manners and self-control, and social institutions like marriage, family, religions, and charitable organizations that teach morals and encourage us to do the right thing. This is what Burke was saying, that the American Revolution sustained all those things that are good, and then made the changes that were necessary that were bad, that is taxation without representation and so forth. But clearly Burke went too far. I mean, it would be unreasonable to argue that moral crusaders should never have called for the abolition of witch hunts, torture, and slavery just because these were long-standing traditions, or that the divine right of kings is the best government there is, therefore we should retain that. No. That most of the moral progress that's happened over the centuries has been from liberal, especially secular liberal reformers, for civil rights, women's rights, gay rights, children's rights, animal rights, safety and workers' rights, social welfare for the elderly, poor, sick, and children, protection of the environment, anti-discrimination laws, and so forth. So here I side on the kind of the liberal end of things, that most of those good things come about from secular liberal movements for change. Now, of course, the problem is those go too far, as we've seen recently. Sure. with Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and the violent revolution, or violent protests. Peaceful protests can be very effective, and it's good that oppressed minorities voice their opposition to the oppression. That's good. That's how it happens. With gay rights, women's rights, civil rights, and so on. But again, the moment you start breaking Starbucks windows, you've lost that. You're going to lose the momentum from the public. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on here, but the bigger picture is that Burke outlined, and again, he was a conservative. I'm not, but that you can't just burn it all down. No one is smart enough to create a brand new society from scratch, or there's no committee of social engineers that are going to design a perfect society. We've had 10,000 years of experimentation. Let's take what's worked and use that, and jettison the stuff that doesn't work. What do you mean by work? I mean the sort of flourishing of more people, kind of a utilitarian argument. The greatest happiness for the greatest number. And that people, it's a natural human right to want to live long, healthy lives, to be, happy, rich, successful, healthy, and so forth. And that, whatever leads to that, so certain institutions that we've tried are better for that, and others are not so good for that. So that's the rub, is how to get rid of the bad ones.